On first down, Huntley. And the Broncos get there and take him down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So that counts a bit here. 18 yards to go now on Gunn. That's caught by Howard. And he'll take the 25 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Huntley. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Von Miller make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. And that'll set them back 5. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's taken it around the 40. And all the way home for a Broncos score. He returns the punt 60 yards. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Well, they were going to get excellent field position either way. They had pinned them deep, but that's even better.
So in other words, being comfortable with field position, that was going to be okay. But sometimes being greedy is the right way to go. And boy, they take it all the way back, put it in the end zone. A great way to get started for them.
Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the gun, Huntley. And he finds Howard complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
A gain of 14.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Play action. Huntley. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Pittsburgh.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 25-yard line. Operating from the gun, Huntley. That is caught inside the 5. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
If you did know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the 44, Locke firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
That next teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsay. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Lindsay, the ball carrier.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Locke. This is the tight end Fant. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the Steelers' 37-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Locke. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. These two teams all tied after one. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Throwing now is Locke. Got a man. It's Judy complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
10 at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
The ball carrier.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started. Dramatic, just get moving.
Heavy traffic in it. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one. But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Lock on the give. It's Lindsey. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
52's the mark, boy. 52. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Block working out of the gun. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
First down, Steelers.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Tackle made at the 40.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 34. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
He's tackled it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Taylor
and only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 23 yards, the final tally.
8-yard line.
On first down, it's Lindsey. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Now it's Lindsey. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Locke. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Extra point attempt to follow here. And he gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece.
That ties the game at 17.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Switch it. Be calm. 132 fight.
Block trying again after the pick six. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
At the 34-yard line.
Back two, the Mike. Back two, Mike.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Huntley. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Howard. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Off the play fake. Huntley. Eluding the pressure right. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first. Now this from 43. McCann's kick up and good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look...
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Jeudy in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the 2nd half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation. You're trying to get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the 2nd half.
Could be a big turnaround. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. So we've reached halftime in a wild 1st half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the 2nd half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
Here we go.
this is where breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done.
Oh, now Lindsey lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
The ball carrier.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
He'd had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the gun on 3rd down, Huntley. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
McCann's kick up and good. And that'll bring him back within a point. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Lock. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can...
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays. But you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get into the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
So now the Steeler offense coming onto the field. They'll try to add 2 more. Huntley to throw. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. He's at the 50. The 40. Charles, I guess you have to give some credit to the fact that they rallied and made the tackle, didn't allow 2 points to go the other way there.
Find that silver lining, because what happened prior to that was not positive. Go for 2, fumble the football, give up a return, but you're exactly right. They did hustle and prevented a score going against them.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Operating from the gun. Lock. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there, because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 7, let's go. Big stop. Big stop, let's go. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
On 3rd and long, it's Lock. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter action in Denver. To throw again, Huntley. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Howard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
A gain of 13 yards.
It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
Pittsburgh.
On 1st and 10, Huntley. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Broncos' 34-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, Huntley. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First down, Steelers.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Operating from the gun, Huntley. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Complete.
A 20-yard touchdown. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Sack.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Drew Lock taken down. My chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, they say worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
A loss of 4 yards. It's second down.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Off play action. Huntley. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Howard. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And that's caught inside the 35.
Huntley's pass.
A big gain of 31 on third down.
A gain of 30.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Operating from the gun, Huntley. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 3-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to second and 4.
It's a pickup.
The last run got 6. Now second and 4. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he loses the football a second time.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Locke. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Out of bounds.
Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, Locke dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Come on, QB, come on. Back 55. Let's go.
On 1st down, Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
From the contest.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there the moment the ball gets to the receiver. And he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. Out quickly to Judy. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Wide open receiver complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Now McManus to tack on the extra point.
Big score. First step in their attempt to climb back into this game.
Yes, but still some work to do as they get within a score here.
Steelers 38, Broncos 31.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his... Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Following the fumble recovery, it's Locke. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
3rd down and long.
Operating from the gun. Block. Open man. He completes it to Judy. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Judy with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he's able to put it through.
The game is tied at 38 all.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
No, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense are saying go right ahead with those. To throw on 2nd down. Huntley. Completion here to Claypool. And he'll be taken down at the outs as they get the couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Off the play fake. Huntley. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Throwing on 1st down. Huntley. And that is Incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They run with Taylor. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. To throw, Huntley. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
It's now 4th down.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This from 51 yards for the win. And that is no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past...
Tucker McCann set to kick off.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. First throw of overtime for Locke. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Lindsey. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Locke. Incomplete. He was looking to get it to Phillip Lindsay there, but now it'll be third down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9, opening drive of overtime as they look to convert.
Give me something. He's coming. We got the general. Fast. He's crashing. He's checking crab. Exit. Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. 55.
Operating from the gun. Block. He's got his tight end fan. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A huge play there in overtime. 41 yards.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Lindsay. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, D.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
On the set. Right there in the middle. 55. All day, baby. All day.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Complete.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. From the gun, block. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They'll run with Lindsay. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.